Moving around using my whole body and the torch to explore the hieroglyphs on the wall, for me, it was a real life Indiana Jones moment. Welcome VR lovers and SideQuest fans. My name is Tony and today we're going to take a look at a game called Out or Dead. You can sideload this game for free onto your Oculus Quest via the SideQuest store. I have a tutorial on how to do that in the description below. Now this game uses procedurally generated environments much like T for God, which means it will create an environment based on your play space. So you can walk around and it will create the environment as you go in such a way that you never ever have to leave that play space, and so can walk through the whole game without bumping into walls, furniture or anything else. So here we are in the title screen. You can see we have training ground, the pyramid and settings. In settings, the controls and audio and visual settings are not available yet, but we do have gameplay settings. This allows you to control the grid size, which basically determines the size of the floor tiles and the width of the corridors you're going to be walking down. Now grid size depends on how big a play space you have, but also the requirements of that particular level. So I'm going to jump in this demo into the settings, go a grid size of about 7 by 5. I can have it larger, I can have it 4 by 4 up to that size if I wanted to, but I'll leave it there for now and I'll go into the pyramid experience. Now just a quick note, if you try this game out and you enjoy it, please do consider supporting SideQuest and developers to see more of this content in the future. You'll find links to do this in the description below. Now your goal in this pyramid experience is to find the treasure room. And you can see how the environment generates. So it turns me around within my play space, so I'm never actually leaving my play space, which means I can walk through the entire game without ever having to leave my play space, use a thumbstick or teleportation. Now after quite a few twists and turns and dead ends, I came to this room. There are hieroglyphs above this door, so I figured to open the door, you'd have to push these buttons in the same sequence as they appeared above the door. Now being able to move through the entire game without using teleportation and to explore rooms such as this, just using my own legs to move around, I can't tell you how immersive it felt to be able to engage in an experience like this. Moving around using my whole body and the torch to explore the hieroglyphs on the wall, for me, it was a real life Indiana Jones moment. So I'm going to skip through the next parts just because there were lots of twists and turns and dead ends, which for me was exciting playing it, but might not be so exciting for you watching. And I'll take this opportunity to say, if you're enjoying this video and want to see more content like it, consider subscribing to this channel. So then I came across this narrow pathway. Now I've seen enough movies to know that those tiles might fall away, so I did step past them quickly just in case, but I think they were quite stable. Now what you notice when you play this game, which I can't really capture in a video, is how atmospheric it is. The tense music in the background, the dark claustrophobic environment with only a torch to guide your way. It really does start to feel like you're exploring some long lost forgotten tomb. Now the developers are still working on this experience, and so I hear there are lots that they want to update in the future. But as it stands, it's already an awesome experience with so much potential, so I'm going to keep a very close eye on this one. Now I believed I'd found the treasure room here, and I was just itching to explore the room, but I did realise that I was running out of play space, so I couldn't go too far. Coming round the side here, however, seemed to trigger the end of the game. So as part of the summary, it shows me my time, and eventually it looks like it's going to show me how far I walked in the experience too. Now at that point I was ready to hang up my controllers, thinking the experience was over, but little did I realise there's also the training ground. So let me show you some of that too. So in the training ground, you have these 3 items on the counter. You have a gun, you also have this canister, and what that does, it slows down time for about 5 seconds and has this sort of bullet time mode, which I'll show you a bit later on. We also have our flashlight, which is the same flashlight we saw in the pyramid experience. Now this training ground has the same sort of procedurally generated environments as the pyramid, but obviously it's quite different in the lighting, in the textures, and the fact that now you have a weapon and enemies to fight. So here I use my canister, which slows down time and gives us a Matrix style bullet time mode. And there we have it. So we have a few more stats here than the pyramid, such as accuracy and number of deaths. But that's pretty much the Out or Dead experience, and what an experience it was. This game has less than 500 downloads at the time of this recording and is really an undiscovered gem. So get on it and let me know what you think in the comments section below. But that's it from me. Remember to subscribe to keep up to date with all the latest Oculus Quest news, and I'll catch you next time.